Hi folks, Nick here from the Main Street Talk podcast. Are you thinking about your next Disney vacation? I can help you plan that vacation at no extra cost to you. As a travel genie at Genie Travel Company, I keep an eye out for the latest and best Disney promotions and then apply them so you get the most value for your vacation. Contact me at nick.garcia@genietravelco.com. And if you enjoy our podcast, please give us a rating in your player. Enjoy this week's show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Main Street Talk podcast, your go-to podcast for all things Walt Disney World related, all the news and updates and tips and tricks. I'm your host, Nick, and as always, with me is Joni.
Hello, everyone.
Happy spring, everybody. The weather's getting nicer. The flowers are blooming. The birds are chirping. Just kind of puts you in a better mood, doesn't it?
The deer are fed.
The deer, yeah, from our plants.
We don't have much flowers out there. The deer are fed.
Yeah, the deer like to eat our plants. That's why, unfortunately, we could never have a garden because it wouldn't survive.
But that's okay. Our daughter has one that's pretty large, so we just get her.
We'll just go.
We just get her.
We could go there under the cover of the night. Under the cover of night and just.
No, she'll have so many that she'll just give them away freely.
So we won't have to sneak in on the property.
Right.
It's an option, though.
Yeah,
it's always an option. So today is Sunday, May 17th, so everything is current up to today. And make sure you tune in next week because I have a special announcement I'm going to make next week.
You do?
I do.
Oh.
You didn't even know that,
I
did you?
don't. No.
So make sure you tune in next week. I'm going to have an announcement.
Okay.
So,
I'll be here.
All right, we ready to get into the news?
We are. Let's jump in.
We'll start with Magic Kingdom, as always. Within hours of ticket sales opening for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, Halloween night is sold out.
Sure.
Happened in about 2 hours on May 12th when tickets were available to everybody.
Yeah.
And speaking of special parties, 2 entertainment offerings have now been confirmed to return for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, thanks to newly posted casting calls. And these are going to be for the Frozen Holiday Surprise and Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration.
Oh,
so casting calls are open for both of those, confirming they are both returning. And Big Al's in Magic Kingdom is permanently closed now for the Piston Peak construction.
Mm-hmm.
And this was interesting. Didn't hear about this happening at all. A 4th Magic Kingdom ferry boat is now under construction for Magic Kingdom.
Hey.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that.
Oh, nice.
And fence panels are being attached to the previously installed steel supports between Thunder Mountain and the Piston Peak construction site in an effort to block the ongoing construction area from guest view.
Oh, well, that's typical.
Yeah, holding everything close to the chest as they always do.
Sure.
Over at EPCOT, and we know the Soarin' Across America is set to debut soon, and the entrance for Soarin' has been changed into a patriotic theme, like, flags hanging up and stuff. Mm. And Spike's Garden in Communicore Hall is now closed. Disney is now transforming the hall into Goofy Core for Cool Kids Summer, which is right around the corner. And Epcot guests riding Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind are now separated into groups after the pre-show in order to better control the crowds heading into the loading station.
Did you get into my notes?
I didn't.
Oh.
Are we talking about Guardians today?
We are going to talk about Guardians today.
This
is ironic.
This is long overdue, in my opinion, because I get it. Like, you're in that room, and then the doors open, and you go in the loading area. I get it if you're a kid. You're excited. You want to get over there.
Yeah.
But you have adults, like, running over kids to get to the door.
Well, maybe they have a child that ran over an adult ahead of them. So they're just trying to catch up.
It was kind of mass chaos at times. I'm glad. They're
just widening the doorway there, right?
No, they're putting them into groups.
Okay.
There's I don't know what you call those vinyl tape things, where they separate people.
Ropes?
Like the queue lines. Yeah, ropes.
Okay.
But they're like the vinyl ropes, yeah.
Okay.
Ropes.
They're called ropes, babe.
Yeah, but I saw a picture. There's like three. So they're separating them into 3 groups, and then they're letting each group in one at a time.
Okay.
Long overdue.
Yeah.
Also at Epcot, Palais des Cinema and Francis Pavilion reopened for refurbishment this week and received new seats. The theater is home to both Impressions of France and Beauty and the Beast sing-along. It had been closed since February. Over to Hollywood Studios. This was good news. Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets, the two men sitting in the balcony.
Guys.
They are in the new ride, heckling guests as
Yay!
you ride by them.
I love it.
Yes, there's videos available online of them heckling the cars as they're driving by.
Oh,
So,
I'm happy about that.
Yeah. And also over at the Muppet
Wait,
Store.
is it recorded or is it a live heckler?
No, I think it's recorded.
Okay.
Yeah. Disney released videos of the pre-show, and then they released them. So if you go to like Disney Parks Facebook page and their Instagram and stuff, you can watch that.
Okay.
And Disney announced that the Swedish Chef will open in a new location in the Rock and Roller Coaster area, or the courtyard at the Hollywood Studios. And the final scrim has come down from Woody's Lunchbox at Hollywood Studios, marking the completion of a project that began over 4 years ago.
Oh, well, these things take time.
These things take time. And Toy Story 5 banners have been installed in Hollywood Studios outside of Toy Story Land, promoting the new movie coming out this summer. And Disney has filed 2 permits for Project Fedora directly outside the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular near the entrance.
Project Fedora?
Fedora, yeah, it's his hat.
Yeah, well, I know what a fedora is, but that's kind of...
Yeah, kind of funny. And you remember last week, that's it for Hollywood Studios. We're going to go to Animal Kingdom. But remember last week I was talking about how they haven't done a virtual queue in a while, and that's been a trend, and maybe they're done with it.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Now we got one.
Now we got one.
Okay.
Bluey's Wild World will operate with a virtual queue from opening day. You will need to join the queue in the My Disney Experience app at one of 2 daily times, 7 a.m.
7 or 1 again?
Nope, 7 a.m. or 10 a.m.
Oh. Okay.
The 7 a.m. drop, valid admission and park reservation, if your ticket requires a park reservation, that's required. You do not need to be inside the park to join because obviously it's not open. The 10 a.m. drop, valid admission is required, and you must physically be inside Animal Kingdom to join that one.
Okay. Are they doing the 7 and 10 because the times are not as long as...
Right, yeah, I imagine.
Because it used to be 7 and 1 for most rides.
Used to be 7 and 1.
Yeah.
And that was for rides that were open,
longer hours.
Right, like Tron and Guardians and stuff.
And makes sense.
And when Conservation Station reopens, the Affection section will be renamed Jumping Junction and feature Australian animals. We reported on that a while back.
Yay, I'm so happy. I hope they have roos there.
But it will not be a petting zoo. It will be for viewing only.
That's okay. I wouldn't want to pet a kangaroo anyway.
Kangaroos can get a little hostile.
And they can kick really hard.
Yeah. So it's for everybody's safety.
But it would be cute to see some babes in there.
Oh yeah. It'll be.
I've never seen a real one. Like
a kangaroo?
No.
I don't think I have either.
Like I want to see up close. Like what's the pouch look like? Is it nice and cozy
crawl
looking
up inside there?
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe
nice and warm.
Maybe see a baby in one of them. That would be so cute. I'm so excited for it.
That is it for park news.
Okay.
On the miscellaneous. Florida residents can save on Walt Disney World tickets this summer as low as $65 per day. The Disney summer ticket is valid for use from May 17th to October 3rd with advanced park reservation. 4-day, 3-day, and 2-day deals are available. 4-day ticket comes to $65 per day, comes out to $259 plus tax. 3-day ticket, $80 per day, comes to $239 plus tax. 2-day ticket, $110 per day, comes to $219 plus tax. And Jeff Valley, I think that's how you pronounce it, president of Walt Disney World Resort, has announced his retirement. Oh. This is interesting.
There's a lot of moving bigwig parts going on. There are a lot of moving parks going on.
Disney CFO Hugh Johnston teases a potential super app combining parks, cruise, shopping, and streaming.
Please.
Yeah, that's a massive thing. And Avatar Fire and Ash, the third film in the Avatar franchise, will begin streaming on Disney Plus on June 24th. Along with that, Ahsoka Season 2 is coming to Disney Plus in 2027. And Popsa. If you don't know what Popsa is,
I don't know what that is, or the one prior you just said.
Popsa?
Or the Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, that's a Star Wars. She's the Jedi with the
the red?
No. Like blue and black. Almost looks like an Egyptian type thing.
Now I feel like a dum-dum for saying I don't know who that is, but I don't know who that is. So guess what we have to do? We have to watch the movie.
Popsa. This is, if you don't know what Popsa is, it's an app that helps people turn digital snapshots into printed keepsakes, analyzed millions of customers' photos uploaded in 2025 to identify the most photographed cities in the country, Disney World, although not a city, was number 5.
Oh, wow.
So it did register as Bay Lake, Florida, which Disney World is in Bay Lake.
Right.
So that was number 5
Wow.
out of all cities in the United States.
That's incredible.
And the My Disney Experience app has updated and streamlined the way you check into your resort if you do online check-in, which we always do. I kind of went through it a little bit. I didn't check in because I think we're already checked in, but I kind of went through the steps, and it's just more streamlined. Like everything, it's more cut and dry. Like click here, enter your card information. Click here to enter.
Well, hopefully that'll go away soon when they merge all of it together into one app.
Yeah.
But for the meantime, if they're making it easier, that's nice.
Yeah. That's what I have for park news.
Okay.
And just news in general.
And no babes.
No babies.
No babies, but
No.
we're getting a bounce house over there. Okay.
All right. Let's go on to, you did kind of preview what we're talking about.
I did. We're going to go to
Spotlight on attraction.
Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. This attraction is located in World Discovery right next to Mission Space. The ride is housed in the Wonders of Xander Pavilion, which is easily recognized by the massive Nova Corps Star Blaster spaceship sitting prominently outside the entrance. The Disney description says, take off on an intergalactic chase through space and time. The attraction is an enclosed, family-friendly thrill coaster. Height requirements is 42 inches or taller. Children under 7 must be accompanied by a person 14 years of age or older. The capacity is approximately 2,000 riders per hour under standard operating conditions. So that breaks down to there are 8 trains operating on the track at one time, and each train contains 5 individual cars. Each car holds 4 riders.
4 people, yeah.
Arranged in 2 rows of 2. So a single fully loaded train carries 20 riders, and they have 8 trains.
Okay.
So there you go. The seating and restraints may prohibit guests of certain body shapes and sizes from riding. I don't know. I don't remember if they have a practice vehicle.
They do not.
So how do you know?
It's just a standard roller coaster seat.
Okay.
It's not like, Flight of Passage where I'm like
I wonder if they have extenders, though, for folks that might need a little bit of extra leg room. Or
that I don't know. Those carts are usually in the back. I don't know about that.
Okay. The Lightning Lane. So this is only available in single pass Lightning Lane or regular standby. Be mindful that the single pass Lightning Lane is an additional charge based on the day.
Right. It is not included in your multi-pass. It's
That's
a separate
right.
purchase.
Accessibilities is that you must be able to transfer from your wheelchair or electric scooter vehicle. And there is a transfer access vehicle available. Audio description is available, handheld captioning available, and assistive listening devices are available. There is an action photo, and I'm going to tell you right where it's at. So it's at the very beginning of the ride, immediately after the reverse launch. The exact camera location is once your vehicle moves up the small incline into the dark room, and after it rotates backwards, then Rocket Raccoon says a little something or whatnot, and then the countdown begins. And if you look up to the right toward the ceiling, like at the high part of the wall, you'll see a strobe flash effect with a cluster of lights, red, white lights.
And that's your picture?
And yep. So smile, because that's where you're getting it.
Every one I've seen of these where people do not have their hair pinned back, their hair's flying everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny. It's like to the point you can't see the people in the back seat sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. The duration of the ride is 3 minutes, 20 seconds. It opened in Walt Disney World May 27, 2022. I have it listed under as bonus information. So this family thrill attraction features the first ever reverse launch on a Disney coaster and is one of the largest fully enclosed coasters in the world. An innovation from Walt Disney Imagineering, this Omni coaster rotates 360 degrees so you can focus on the action as you rotate horizontally to point you directly at the screens and action before shooting you backwards into space. It blends high-speed coaster tracks with massive digital projection screens and physical sets where you hear one of 6 classic 1970s or 1980s pop tracks. The track that the Omni coaster is on, it does not loop, so it doesn't go upside down, but there is a motion warning as the spinning cars and large screens can cause motion sickness for sensitive riders. There's a warning for safety. You should be in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart, back, or neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions that could be aggravated by this adventure. Expectant mothers should not ride. So I have the song list.
Okay, what we got?
We've got song number 1. We're going to go in chronological order of year. Disco Inferno, 1976 by The Tramps. September, 1978 by Earth, Wind & Fire. Mindful, this September song, September 21st is a major highlight of the song. So on that day, that's the only song you're going to get.
Yep.
So
I think they've done that continually, but just double check if you're going, because they always change things. But
thirdly, One Way or Another, the 1970 by Blondie. I Ran, 1982 by A Flock of Seagulls. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, 1985 by Tears for Fears. And finally, number 6, Conga, 1985 by Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. So I don't know which all ones we've heard.
I know for sure we've got I Ran and Blondie, but every time it launches, I am just hoping for Tears for Fears.
Oh,
I've not got that.
And we haven't. So that's the only one really that you can say for certain, because that's the one you're anticipating.
Yeah, that's the one I know we have not got, because I always hope for it. I know we haven't got it.
Okay. Well, a couple of other little bonus tidbits here. You can spot a hidden Mickey on your ride as your vehicle prepares to pull back into the unloading station at the very end of the ride. If you look over at the physical control panel structure on the right, there's specifically 3 very distinct circular wire coils on the equipment that form Mickey's head. Another bonus, the storyline explains that Peter Quill, the Star-Lord, visited EPCOT as a child in the 1980s, and because of this, the pre-show features actual vintage references to the classic retro EPCOT attractions, including Horizons and the original Universe of Energy, which also brings me to the queue line's physical trash cans stamped with a small logo of EEA, which is a direct tribute to the former Ellen's Energy Adventure that used to the ride that used to occupy that same area.
Okay.
In the same pavilion. So that's what I have on that. I also want to mention that you can meet Star-Lord out front there by the starship, or by the Star Blaster spaceship. And it usually appears daily for several sessions throughout the afternoon for about 30 to 45 minutes at a time, commonly around 1:20, 2:30, and 3:45, but always, as always, check the My Disney Experience app for exact times during your visit, and they recommend that you try to arrive 10 to 15 minutes early, because there is a cap on, they don't have a very long waiting or a meeting time, and it does fill up rather quickly. So,
okay.
Go meet your favorite Star Galactic hero, Star-Lord. So that's what I have on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Sure.
One thing to add to that.
Of course.
It is said online, and people swear by this, cast members even said this too, the best row to get. Row 9.
Row 9?
I don't know why, but row 9 is...
I'm going to put that in my notes.
Row 9 is the hot car to get, or the hot row to get. So...
I'm glad you said that, because I did not know that. I'm going to add it in my notes right now. Row 9. Perfect.
All right. Well, thanks, Joni.
You bet.
On to This Week in Disney History. Start 1922. On May 23rd, Walt Disney officially incorporated Laugh-O-Gram Films in Kansas City. The short-lived animation studio became the launching point for Walt's career and eventually led to the creation of Disney Studios. Many historians consider it the true beginning of Walt Disney's professional animation journey. 1940, May 17th, the Donald Duck and Goofy cartoon Bill Posters was released. The animated short followed the duo trying to hang posters on a farm, leading to the kind of slapstick chaos Disney cartoons became famous for during the golden age of animation. 1962, May 17th released the live-action comedy Bon Voyage, starring Fred MacMurray and Jane Wyman. The film told the story of an American family traveling through Europe and became one of Disney's most popular family films in the early 1960s. 1984, on May 23rd, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom premiered in theaters from Lucasfilm. Years later, Disney Parks would bring the franchise into the parks with attractions like Indiana Jones Adventure at Disneyland and the Epic Stunt Spectacular at Hollywood Studios.
Which we still don't know if that ball's running in there.
I've not heard that it is.
Okay.
1998, on May 17th, PB&J Otter premiered on Playhouse Disney. The preschool animated series quickly became one of the channel's signature shows and helped define the early Playhouse Disney era for many Disney fans growing up in the late 1990s. 2004, May 17th, Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa officially opened at Walt Disney World, inspired by historic New York resort towns from the 1800s. The property became one of Disney Vacation Club's largest and most popular resorts.
It still is.
Yeah, it's
the
huge.
largest.
It's huge.
You need a bus just to get from one end to the other.
Yeah.
Like literally, there's like 4 or 5 different stops within the complex.
It's a massive resort. And 2015, on May 22nd, Disneyland debuted World of Color, Celebrate the Wonderful World of Walt Disney, as part of Disneyland Resort's 60th anniversary celebration. Hosted by Neil Patrick Harris alongside Mickey Mouse, the nighttime spectacular celebrated Walt Disney's dream and the history of Disneyland through projection effects, fountains, music, and classic Disney moments. So Doogie Howser got involved there. That's what I have for this week in Disney history.
Good.
Let's go on to our movie of the week.
Okay, today we have a 1956 Davy Crockett and the River Pirates. First appearance was July 18, 1956 in the United States. Runtime is 81 minutes. The budget was only $500,000, but since they pulled from it's part of a series, so they already had some of the material and whatnot. Box office, I think this was a combined too because this figure is the same as the previous. The box office was over $2.5 million, and while its theater revenue was successful, the movie's main financial success came from the massive Davy Crockett merchandising craze that it fueled, resulting in over $300 million in merch sales at the time, of which is considered billions today.
Right, yeah. I imagine that's hats.
Like, the coon hats.
Coonskin hats.
Yep. So creators, we have director Norman Foster. It was written by Tom Blackburn and Norman Foster, produced by Bill Walsh, cinematography by Burt Glennon, and music lyrics by Thomas W. Blackburn and orchestration by George Bruns and Edward H. Plum. The song's features include The Ballad of Davy Crockett, which is in the other one as well. If you know what I'm talking about.
If you went back and watched Davy Crockett after we reviewed it a few weeks ago, and we did talk about the song.
It's in this one too.
That song's back.
Yeah. Well, the tune, the lyrics are different, but
the tune
and the chorus is the same. In any case, that Ballad of Davy Crockett is sung by the Griffin family. Another song titled King of the River, sung by Jeff York, who is the rival in this show, and Yaller, Yaller Gold, sung by Walter Wellington. This film is based on that it combines the episodes titled Davy Crockett's Keelboat Race and Davy Crockett and the River Pirates, turning them into this high-length adventure film. So that's what I mean. It's pulling from two different episodes. The film was shot in Morganfield, Kentucky, which is located just across the river from Illinois, with various outdoor and riverbank scenes shot in this neighboring region to capture the wild, untamed look of the 1800s frontier. The primary hideout for the river pirates, which was a massive 55-foot wide limestone cave overlooking the Ohio River, was also the real-life cave historically used by actual river bandits and outlaws.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. The Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California, was also a filming location. The release of this film takes place prior to the events of the previous film, obviously, because the Alamo one.
Right. So this is a prequel.
Right.
Yeah.
Which consists of the first 3 episodes of the Davy Crockett miniseries. So in the other one, though, not in the other Davy Crockett one, but the one we talked of last week, the locomotive chase, they had to paint tunnels.
Right.
So I was kind of thinking going into this one, seeing that cave, that maybe they had to paint it on there, but it's an actual thing.
Actual real cave.
Yeah, and historically was actually used by bandits and whatnot. So that was kind of
Interesting.
Yeah. The storyline is a family adventure movie that follows Davy and his loyal friend as they travel down the Mississippi River on a keelboat. Along the way, they battle dangerous river pirates led by outlaw Mike Fink, who is Jeff York, while protecting settlers and traders. Combining action, humor, and frontier folklore, the film celebrates courage, friendship, and the adventurous spirit of the American frontier. So here's an interesting thing as well. George Russell, who is Davy Crockett's sidekick. Georgie.
Yep.
Played by Buddy Ebsen. While George was a real person, Disney highly dramatized his role to serve as Davy's loyal banjo-playing companion. The real-life George Russell, and the real-life one, spelled with 2 L's, was a real Tennessee frontiersman and a good friend of Crockett's. However, he did not travel to Texas, and he did not die at the Alamo in the previous one, which was the sequel to this one. A side note, Buddy Ebsen was almost cast to play Davy Crockett.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He ended up being Georgie.
He ended up being Georgie. But he does have a little bit of another tidbit in my bonus info. As I said, this film serves as a prequel to Davy Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier. And there were no theatrical release rewards. The project did earn significant critical acclaim and did win the 1956 Primetime Emmy Award in its original television format for Best Action or Adventure Series. It got nominated for the 1956 Primetime Emmy for Best Single Program of the Year for the night's highest honor. It ultimately lost the award to NBC's live broadcast of Peter Pan. So Disney's still in there, but lastly, editor Chester W. Schaefer was nominated for the 1955 Primetime Emmy for Best Television Editor for his work on the premiere installment, Davy Crockett, Indian Fighter. So the bonus info, we're going to talk a little bit more about Buddy here also. Though being forced down from the lead role of Davy, Buddy's career was revitalized, leading him to his starring role in the Beverly Hillbillies. So he's still got a name made for him. He's the dad.
He's Jed?
Yep, that would be Jed.
I didn't know that.
So ultimately, Walt Disney went to the movie theater to watch a sci-fi film called The Them. Never heard of it, but don't even know The Them. To scout an actor named James Arness for the role of Davy. But instead, he was captivated by a tiny, uncredited cameo by Fess Parker and immediately hired him instead. The coonskin cap boom, the Davy Crockett films, sparked a massive merch craze, causing the prior rise of raccoon fur to skyrocket from 25 cents per pound to nearly $5 per pound.
Wow.
Forcing manufacturers to substitute faux fur and other animal furs to meet demands. The real Davy Crockett was a harsh critic of President Andrew Jackson. When the Disney episodes aired, some 1950s politicians complained that the show was subversive propaganda designed to make a political party look bad.
Well,
it was back. It was way back when, people.
You'll have that.
Jeff York, the actor who played Davy's fierce rival Mike Fink, impressed Walt Disney so much that Disney kept him on contract for years, casting him in other Frontier classics like Old Yeller and Johnny Tremaine.
Okay.
I don't know what this Johnny Tremaine is all about. You heard of it?
Yeah, I think it's a Revolutionary War movie,
I don't
maybe.
know. We're going to find out. Something dealing with Frontier. Frontiersmen.
Yeah, I want to say Revolutionary or Civil War thing.
Okay, well, I'm sure it's in our list.
And I don't know if I mentioned this last week or the other week. I've never seen Old Yeller.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
That's in there too.
Yep.
Get some tissues. But that's what I have for the 1956 Davy Crockett and the River Pirates.
Okay. Thanks, Joni.
Yeah, you bet.
On to this week's tip or trick. This is involving strollers and or ECVs. Rentals. Yes, you can go to the park every day and rent them if you would like. I've never heard of them running out. The only time I'd ever heard that, well, I've heard of them running out, but it's only during extremely, extremely busy times.
It's going to be parties. It's going to be holidays.
The week of Christmas.
It's going to be
between Christmas and New Year's.
And maybe spring break.
No, the only time I've ever heard is between
holidays.
Christmas.
Yeah. Okay.
Christmas and New Year. But there are several outside companies that will rent these to you. They will deliver them to your resort and pick them up. So you have them for the week and you don't have to worry about this.
So we're talking wheelchairs, electric scooters, and did you say strollers as well? Okay.
Yes, you can. There's several. Just Google it and you're going to get no shortage of supply of rentals.
Yeah.
And like I said, you must be present at, these are for Disney resorts for sure. I don't know about offsites, but Disney resorts, you must be present to pick up the stroller and or whatever you're renting. You must be present to return it. Disney will not hold it for you. So just keep that in mind. If you got an early flight, you might want to return it the day before or something like that. But yeah, and everything goes on Disney transportation. You can get these on the Skyliner. You can get them on the monorail. You can get them on the buses. The exception is the double wide strollers will not go on the Skyliner. They have to be front back.
Yes.
If you're going to use a double. But yeah.
Can I ask a question in reference to that? Are there exceptions if you need to delay or cannot be there? You just must call them and inform them and possibly get a pass?
Okay. There you have to.
Because we've run into this.
We were able to. You have to discuss it with your rental company and your resort. Disney may have gotten more hardline strict on this because last time we were there, I think it was this last time we were there. There was a cast member was on the phone at Bell Services when I was down there. The person was getting irate with them because the cast member kept telling them they had to be present to return.
So the rules are you have to be present.
Yes.
Yes.
And
it does say that in the contract.
It does. Like I said, when we left them with Bell Services, this was in 2023. They may have been looser.
Yeah.
But
since then, it seems like they've tightened up.
They've tightened up. Okay. They don't, since they don't let anybody come into the resorts anymore.
Yeah. Well,
to decorate and stuff like that.
You've been warned, and it's in the contract. Read it over.
Just double check with your rental company, whoever you're renting through, and double check with Bell Services.
Because I think they have later hours too that they can pick up, like in the evening if you come back from.
It depends who you go through. Yeah.
And we always go through this. We always went through the same one, right?
Yeah. Well, we'll only use it once, but yeah.
But we're going to go through the same one this
Most
time.
likely, yeah. So, but yeah, and that saves you the hassle of getting into the park and having to go rent one at the desk. It takes time.
Yeah.
And
honestly, they are more comfortable than the ones.
I was just going to say the strollers that Disney rents.
They are hard plastic.
They don't look very comfortable at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
They're plastic. They'll do the job.
Of course they will. But they're made to withstand the rain too.
Yeah.
And also with that being said, I advise to get the stroller covers.
The rain covers, yeah.
For the stroller because otherwise you're going to be on a ride, come out, there's going to be a downpour while you're there, a couple minute downpour. And your tot's going to have a wet rear end and it's not going to be very pleasant for the little ones or for mom and dad that have to deal with the little one being upset. So, and it's only $5, $7?
Something. And I think a lot of them even include it now.
Okay.
So,
good.
Because I mean, it's their property. They don't want it damaged either.
Get the cover.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for this week's show.
Okay.
Our Facebook page is Main Street Talk. Facebook group is Disney World Tips and Tricks. Instagram is Main Street Talk Podcast. Our website is mainstreettalkpod.com. All of our links live there. We are on YouTube, audio only, no video, and contact me for any travel. nick.garcia@genietravelco.com. And we are affiliates of the Magic Candle Company. Our link is on the website, and you can use the code Main Street Talk at checkout for 15% off. And like I said, stay tuned next week. I will have an announcement for the month of June.
For Joni and everyone else.
Yeah, for Joni and everybody else. So we will be back next week with more tips and tricks and all the latest news and a new movie and a new ride. So we will talk to you real soon.
Bye, everyone.